Hey, space. Hey, hey, YouTube. This is not Facebook. Hey, YouTube. How is my community doing this evening? I am excited to be with you again tonight, this time live, right? Live. I was out of town at my beautiful daughter's wedding in my sunny California home. And so I am so glad to be here with you live and in living color. So we're going to get right to it because I have a lot that I want to share with you. And the chat is open for all who would like to chat with me and each other. And so we can, get right into the conversation. We're just having a conversation. That's all, right? And so back in the day, we were taught to grease our scalp. Nobody taught us anything different, right? You don't hydrate. You didn't hydrate. Nobody taught us that hydration was the key. Grease actually coats the scalp, and water restores the scalp. That's why you always see me here with my Stella, the steamer. And so a lot of the tightness, the stiffness, the flakes, the itchiness that we're dealing with today started with that misunderstanding. In our culture, it is a culture, right? To grease the scalp, thinking that coating the scalp is what's going to help grow the hair. But as we get further into the beauty of wearing your own natural hair, we are learning that a clean scalp is what actually grows the hair. And so tonight, we're going to clean that up, literally. We're going to clean that misconception up. And so I know I've talked about this before, but how many of you remember sitting in between either your big mama's legs or your mother or sister or auntie's legs, getting your scalp greased with that blue grease, right? And that jar would come out, and I mean, it was a big old jar of grease. I don't even have a jar. I don't even have that stuff around me anymore. So I'm looking for something that I can give and demonstrate. But you all know, you remember what what I'm talking about, right? That big old jar of grease. Our grandmother or sister or auntie would get a big old dollop full of that grease, and they would lay it down on our scalp and grease our scalp. And our hair was kicking with all kind of grease and gunk. Now we know it's gunk, right? In our scalp. And we thought we were really doing something. Nobody told us anything different, right? But we know that now scalp health is not from a greased scalp. We weren't wrong. We just weren't informed. That's all. We weren't informed. It was passed down from generation to generation. How many of you all can relate? In the chat, let me know if you can relate. Say, I can relate, or relate in the chat if you can relate to that, right? Those were times that was very cultural centered, and it was like a community. It was intimacy, right? When you had someone in your head, they would massage your scalp. Some people would even have you to scratch their dandruff out and everything. Oh yeah, hey, sweets. Yes, you can relate. I'm sure you can. And so I know that that what I'm saying to you is relatable. And so what I want to know, hey Stephanie, how are you, lady? Good evening to you. And what I want us to do now, you know how we do this thing, right? Really like focusing on getting centered, because then you can focus on what I'm saying, you can relate to what I'm saying, and you can get some gems out of what I'm saying. So you know how we do it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sorry, ladies. What's happening? Oh my goodness, y'all. I don't know what happened. I don't, oh good. Okay, you all are still there. I was like, What happened? I got disconnected all of a sudden. My stream was unstable, it said, but you all are still there. If you're still there in the chat, just say still here, please. Okay. Because I was like, what is going on? But I see you all are there. But in the chat, just somebody say still here to let me know that you're still here. All right. So as I was saying before, I want to get centered. I want to get centered. I have a lot to share with you. And so can someone in the chat let me know that you are still there? Just like Stephanie, are you still there? Just say still here. Somebody let me know that you're still here, please. Because I got disconnected all of a sudden and I don't know what happened. Okay, great, great, great. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to keep pressing on. Boy, technical difficulties is something else, but we're going to keep rolling, okay? So let's get centered so that we can learn something that will possibly make a difference in your hair health. Okay, so you know how we do. We put one hand on our head, on our crown, and one hand on our heart. And we're going to listen to what I am saying. And I want you to listen and then hopefully believe what I'm saying. Okay. So I want to say, I restore my crown before I protect it. Again, I restore my crown before I protect it. Okay, so restoration comes before protection. Does that make sense? Restoration comes before protection. You don't seal dryness like we learned last week. You restore moisture first, right? You don't seal dryness, you restore moisture first. And so we're going to talk about clean scalp equals growth, right? And so we're talking about how to cleanse without damaging and how to prevent buildup without scraping your scalp raw, and how to create an environment where growth can actually happen, right? So we're going to talk about the truth about buildup and Sisterlocks. So a dirty or coated scalp cannot fully support thriving Sisterlocks. No way. We were taught that buildup was normal. Those flakes were normal. That coating the scalp was moisture. But coating is not cleansing, queens, and heaviness is not health. When your scalp is clean and hydrated, follicles are open, circulation improves, and your strands respond better to everything you apply. This is why some women use premium products and still struggle, because nothing works well on top of buildup. You cannot grow through buildup, right? So by the end of tonight, queens, you will understand how to cleanse the scalp gently, prevent buildup, and create a growth-ready foundation for your Sisterlocks. Does that sound good? So let's get into what we are going to learn about today. Buildup, what buildup really is. Let's talk about that. Buildup is not just dirty hair. It's layers. Old oil, in this case, grease, right? Product residue, sweat. When you work out, you know, you sweat. environmental debris, like if you live in an area that has a lot of fog or smog in the air, rain and snow, all those things are environmental debris. Dead skin like dandruff, right? All that's buildup. All those are layers stacked up, and your scalp can feel it, right? It feels tight. Sometimes it dries up in our scalp. It becomes itchy, coated, dull. Your hair looks dull, right? Can you relate to that? Not because your hair is bad, but because it's crowded. That's why I always say you do not need 15 different products in your hair. The simpler, the better. Less is more, right? Because your scalp, your follicles need to breathe. It needs to be clear so that a crowded scalp cannot breathe, right? A crowded scalp does not have the freedom to move that hair up out of the follicles in a less destructive way, right? Less distracted way, let's say. And so gentle cleansing is powerful. Gentle cleansing is powerful. So, have you heard of some people that literally take like salt, like a pink salt or some type of salt, and they scrub their scalp with that salt, thinking that they are doing their scalp some good, like exfoliating their scalp? Well, actually, that's damaging the scalp, right? It's causing little tiny abrasions, right? In your scalp. It's the same, it's equivalent to taking a comb and scratching that dandruff out. You're causing what is it? Abrasions in your scalp, right? And so we want to talk about scraping your scalp with salt or abrasive scrubs is not deep cleansing. It's irritating to the scalp, right? Your scalp, remember, your scalp is skin, right? It's skin. It's very sensitive. You don't take sandpaper on your face, right? So don't take it to your crown. So now I used to, when I was younger, I used to take those buffer sponges. They kind of, exfoliate the dead skin on your face. I can't do that now. As I get older, my skin is a little more sensitive. I can't wear certain makeup. And so it's the same with the scalp. As you get older, things age, right? Your scalp age, your hair age, your body age. And so we have to learn how to age, how to treat our aging body from head to toe and be good with it and accept the fact that we are aging. That's why I wear my gray crown, right? There's no way I'm going to have that light sandy brown hair like I used to. It have a little gray mixed in with it now, right? Right? So gentle cleansing means proper shampoo, right? So you all know I have all my shampoos back here, right? And so these are gentle shampoos that is scalp friendly, environmental friendly, and that will thoroughly cleanse your scalp and your hair, but also not dry your hair out. So you want to thoroughly rinse your hair after you shampoo, because you need to take that residue out of your scalp, because when you leave residue on your scalp, it causes irritation, it causes dandruff, right? So you want to thoroughly rinse. You want to massage and not scratch. Remember how I told you to massage? You cradle your head and you actually move. You see my forehead? My whole scalp is moving, right? You never do this, because it can literally break the hairs at the root level. So this is gentle cleansing, gentle hair care, right? And then you want to make sure that you are consistent. That's the big C word, right? Consistent. consistent. Okay, so clean plus hydrate plus seal in that order. Clean plus hydrate plus seal is the key, right? So you want to have a clean scalp. You want to use water-based hydration, preferably steaming, right? Steaming is key. That's why I have my little t-shirt, Queen of Steam, right? Because it has made a difference in the health of my hair and my scalp especially. Remember, beautiful hair is produced by a healthy scalp, right? So a healthy scalp produces beautiful hair. And so that's what we're mainly talking about. And again, this is from our Scalp First series. Scalp first and then hair is second. It just all falls in line like that. And so we want to also use a light sealant like this avocado oil, right? This is the avocado oil that does the job, right? It's a lightweight oil, it's golden. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes, right? So we want gentle cleansing, wonderful hydration, and a light sealing oil, right? And so this is why I say you restore your crown before you protect it, in that order. Okay. Now in the chat, Precious Sweets and Stephanie, and if we have anyone else that would like to chime in the chat, tell me, does your scalp feel clean right now or coated? Right? And what's your current cleansing rhythm? Do you wash your hair? Do you cleanse your hair weekly, every 2 weeks, or only when it feels like off, right? Like it just doesn't feel right. So let me know in the chat. Does your scalp feel clean right now, or does it feel coated? And what is your cleansing rhythm? Is it weekly, every 2 weeks, or do you do it when you feel like it's just off, right? Like it's just don't feel right, right? So let's talk about, I'm going to bring my board up, and I like to do the summary on what we learned. It's a short, quick lesson, and I like to talk about what we actually learned, do the takeaways, right? So we learned that a clean scalp equals growth, right? Clean scalp. Let me put my mic here. So clean scalp equals growth, right? Not buildup. We don't want a lot of grease, and we, even if we don't use grease, even if you use beautiful hair products and you oil your scalp, you spray your scalp with the mist spray, right? You still need to keep it clean, right? Because you're adding product to your hair. And so even with that, you want to keep it clean and clear so that it can have room to grow, right? And then buildup blocks moisture. So buildup blocks moisture, right? So that's why especially those who work out, right? If you work out and you sweat and everything, that's a good thing. But it also, you're sweating and everything in your scalp. So you want to keep your scalp clear, right? And then gentle care always is better than aggressive care. So gentleness, gentle always is better than aggressive, right? So you don't want to put, abrasive type of products, like thinking that you're exfoliating your scalp. Your scalp don't need exfoliating, right? It needs a gentle touch. And then we restore before you seal. So you restore, meaning you moisturize and hydrate before, okay, you seal. That in that order, right? before you seal. You just need to keep things simple, right? Simple is better, less is more, right? And so now I want to, anybody have any questions? Okay, let's see. Let me see what y'all said in the chat before I go to the products spotlight. Okay, so hey, Stacy Mitchell. Hey, Stacy, how are you? My scalp feels clean. I wash and steam weekly. Yes, Stacy is one of my faithful fans, right? She is a fan and a user of beautiful hair products. She loves I think, what is it, Stacy? I think it's the rose petals products, right? That you really, really like. And she orders by the bulk when she orders. So I appreciate you, Stacy. And Stacy, what I was trying to remember your hair's name. I know you had named your hair and I cannot remember what is it, Gail? Just in the chat, put it in the chat and share what your hair's name is, right? You named your hair and I cannot remember what it was. And so hey, Linda, how are you? You say you do relate, I'm sure. And Stephanie, you say your scalp feels clean, and that is good. That is wonderful. So, Stacy, if you're still around, put the name of your hair. What did you name your hair? Like I named my steamer Stella the Steamer, right? And but I know I remember you naming your hair. So if you're still here in the chat, put the name of your hair in the chat. So now we are going to talk about the green gold avocado oil. This is one of my favorite oils, right? Because it's so effective. And avocado oil works best on clean hair, right? On a hydrated scalp. It's rich in oleic acid, which penetrates better than heavier oils, right? This oil here is good for all porosity levels. This oil is like a universal oil, right? And it contains loads of vitamin E, which supports the scalp, right? And it supports softness without coating your hair. It just really absorbs. It's like your scalp and hair just absorbs it in. And this oil is green, right? It's a green gold. Let me show you how it looks. So you see this here? See, and look at that. It's green. It's like it has a green tint to it, a golden green tint. And it's very light. So, and it penetrates deep into the hair follicles. And it really just softens. It really softens your hair. And so, actually, because this is only avocado oil, organic, handcrafted avocado oil, I also use it on my face. And I have really sensitive skin. And so I also at night, I will put some, my base is aloe vera gel. And I kind of let that dry a little bit. And then I seal it with this avocado oil. So I not only use it in my hair, I use it on my face. And for those of you who have a little wrinkle, little crow's eye. I have crow's eye, but hey, it's okay. Crows, what do you call it? Crow lines or whatever you call it. Crow's feet. That's what it's called, crow's feet. You can definitely help. This can help soften that up. Don't take my word for it, right? Try it yourself because I don't worry about all that, right? But if you want to soften your skin up and soften the lines up in your face, this is gentle enough to use for your face because I use it on my face as well, right? And so this oil is not meant to sit on top of buildup. Why? Because it's meant to seal and restore your hair. And like I showed you before on my hair sample, right? I told you before how I put this oil on damp hair as opposed to dry hair. And when it's damp, it just really absorbs into the hair strands. And when it's dry, it really just sits on top. And so you want to use this oil for penetration and for absorbing deep into the strands of your hair, right? And here's a pro tip. All you need is 3 to 6 drops, right? After you steam or mist, right? So you don't want to pour this oil all over your hair. You don't need that much. Truly, you do not need that much. What I usually do is I'll take this and I will just let it squeeze. I'll squeeze just a little bit around the perimeter or the edges of my hair and around the back. And then I just kind of trickle a little bit in the crown of my head. And then I'll just put a little on my hand, and I'll rub it in, and I'll rub it on the ends of my hair. And I'll bend forward and massage. Y'all see me? You seen me demonstrate this before, right? And so then I will lean forward and massage my scalp by cradling my head and moving my scalp, right? Remember that? And so that's how I highly recommend you using this avocado oil. And let me see, I don't know if I have, I don't think I have that link ready, but I can put the link. But actually, underneath this video, you should see my store shelf. And if you click on that, you will see the avocado oil, the avocado oil, and you can click on that right there and purchase it right from this platform. You don't even have to leave the platform. But I will put my website here in the chat, and all you do is click on that, and you can go right to my store and look up under hair oils. You just find the avocado oil. Of course, I have all the other oils as well, but because we're focusing on the avocado oil, just find that, and you can definitely purchase that. I have some supply still here. It's going pretty fast though, right? So you want to get your bottle. It comes in a 1 ounce bottle, just like this, and you just use a little. I'm telling you, you only use a little, right? And if you have dry patches in your hair or thinning in your hair, I'm telling you, use that to concentrate on that area and watch it start healing up, right? It's amazing. This fruit oil is amazing. And so I want to make mention that, okay, let's see. Stephanie said, I only shampoo when I get a retie. Okay. All right. If that works for you, wonderful, wonderful. But this past week, I was in California, my home state, Southern California, for my daughter's wedding. Yay, she got married on Valentine's Day, right? To the love of her life. And so I went there, for that. But my daughter had a client. Many of you know my daughter is also a certified Sisterlocks consultant and a natural hair specialist. She does it all, right? So she had a client that flew in. This client actually flies in for her to do her hair, for her to retighten her hair and shampoo and all that. I think she's from Washington State. I believe she flew in from there, or Seattle. I think it was Seattle. And that's Washington, right? And so my daughter needed me to jump in and help, right? So I helped her retighten this lady's hair. And we got to talking about the community out there where she is, and there really is no Sisterlock community. Her name is Jocelyn. And so I was talking to her about our community, our beautiful Locs community, the Queen Circle. And she was like, oh my goodness, I need that. I need that kind of community. So she wanted to join our community, Stephanie. She wanted to join our community. And I believe she have or is or going to soon. But she loved the idea of communicating and connecting with women that get her, that understands the journey. And so that's what I wanted to share with you, that Some of us was raised to figure things out all by ourselves, be Miss Independent, right? But growth actually happens faster in community, right? And I know because I can be a loner. I'm the queen of DIY. So I understand that it's not like you should not feel pressure at all, but you should feel connection and community. I want you to feel like you belong, that you are needed in the community, right? That not only do you take, but you also give, because we women, we need support. We sometimes, us strong women, our leaders type women, feel like we don't need anybody. We can handle everything on our own. And that, for the most part, is true. But it is so also important to have community around, and something that you can also give back to, right? And so I want to invite you to look at our community, our beautiful Locs Club. And I like to call us queens. So that's why I call it the Queen Circle, right? We are not meant to walk this journey. That's why it's called Sisterlocks. It's a community, right? And we're not to walk this journey ourselves alone, right? We're not to walk it alone. And Beautiful Locs Club has a rhythm. It was so wonderful this past week. I was in California, and I don't think the ladies knew that, but one lady was trying to use Stella, the steamer. She was new to it. And we had another sister chiming in, giving what her experience was. And I mean, it was so, so nice to have the women in the community, in the club, to reach out to each other and help one another, and to give tips and what their experience was. That's what it's all about, ladies. That's why I like to call it a community, because it's not just me, it's not just you, it's us, right? And we make up the community. You have like weekly accountability, right? Shared experiences, and no guessing alone, right? So that's what I'm telling you. My heart was warmed when I saw that, and then I was able to participate in it as well, right? So isolation slows growth, right? Community strengthens it. And so join us in the Queen Circle, right? Join us in the Queen. It's almost like giving yourself a gift, right? You don't have to feel alone in this journey. That's all I'm going to say about it, ladies, right? And on the channel here, all you have to do is click on where it says join. Let me see if I can also put the link in the chat. So all you need to do is click on that link. Let's see, and hit join, and you will beautiful hair products /join, and you will be able to join our community and become a queen I like to call it queendom, right? And so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to personally invite you to consider joining us in the community. And so if you liked this lesson, this video tonight, give me a thumbs up, and always make a comment. You never know, your comment may answer someone else's question, a thought that they may have that they may not have courage to say. And so make a comment, and let us know what your scalp needs, right? What do you think your scalp needs at this time? And if you're not a subscriber yet, I want to encourage you to just hit that subscribe button, and then make sure you hit that bell, right? Because that bell will give you a notification when I go live again, or when I make a post. I'm always posting and going live, doing something on the channel, right? And so I want to encourage you to share with another woman that you know needs what you're getting tonight. Okay, is that fair? Is that fair? All right, so your scalp doesn't need to be punished, lady. This is our final thought. Your scalp doesn't need to be punished. It needs to be understood. And that's what I'm all about, right? I'm here to help you understand what your scalp actually needs, because then it can produce the hair that you so desire. And also, if you have not taken the porosity quiz yet, let me see here. Let's see. Let me see if I can also put that link in the chat as well, so that if you have not taken our free porosity quiz, all you need to do is go on the channel on Beautiful Hair Products slash quiz QI, okay, and take the quiz so that you can stop guessing what your hair actually needs and start nurturing your hair correctly and getting the products that will fit your hair type. So you can stop wasting time, wasting money, heartache, right? And keep starting over and over. That's not what we want. We want to be clear, because clarity gives you confidence, right? You feel confident in your hair. You feel good about yourself. And you know that you're progressing in your journey. No matter how, if you had your hair in Sisterlocks for 2 months, for 20 years, it doesn't matter. You may not have the confidence that you need. So this porosity quiz will help you get clarity on what your hair type really needs and what products will be the best for it. Now, all the links that I just made is in the chat here, also in the description box underneath or inside this video, underneath the video, right where you see the title of the video, and then I think where it says more, click that and you'll see the description and all the links and everything else that you need right in the description. Right now, next week is exciting. We're going to talk about scalp healing from the inside out, right? We're going to talk about diet, stress, and what your body is saying. Is that exciting? Right? We're going to start talking about, we're going to start going deeper, right? Because hair is the external expression of what's going on the inside. So we want to start looking at what's going on inside our body so that our hair, so we can start producing hair. So yes, we're going to be talking about diet, hydration, stress, those type of things, which affects the health of our hair, right? So Queen, your hair journey is personal to you, right? Your journey is unique to you, and every step teaches you something about who you are becoming, right? So I want to encourage you to take your time. Give your hair some grace, trust the process, right? And be patient with yourself. And most importantly, give your crown the consistency that it needs and that it deserves, right? And I want you to always remember that hydration, right? Hydration, spraying your scalp with the mist is how your crown turns to life, turns back to life, right? And so, one last thing I wanted to say to you ladies. Oh, let me see. First of all, before I say that, let me see what we have in the chat here. Okay. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? She said, I am shampooing weekly and I plan to start steaming weekly also. I love that. I love that. And Stephanie says, I steam every week. Oh my goodness. I tell you. And then Vanessa said, yes, I felt so blessed and was so appreciative for all the love and support from the community. That's right. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? She got on here. Yeah, so Vanessa was the one. She's new to our club. She's new to the community. And she just had a quick question that she wanted to ask her Locs sisters, right? And they all just rallied around her and helped her right through that challenge that she was having at that time, and she was able to figure it out, right, with the help of the community. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my God. Okay, so I want to share a little secret with you all that you all know that I always am doing something in the background, right? I tell you, I sleep and I pray about you all. You all are always on my mind, and I know I have a higher calling. This, like I told y'all, this hair is what brings us together, but wholeness is what keeps us together, right? And so I've been building something deeper behind the scenes. And many of you know that I talk about hair, right? That's what this channel is all about. But what I really care about is the women wearing the crown, right? I love ministering. I love connecting to women, right? I'm not one of those kind of women that don't like women. I'm a woman, so why wouldn't I like of the like kind, right? I get along with women. We have a lot in common. They know how I feel. I know how you feel. So I'm not one of those kind of women that don't like women. Okay. I am actually working privately with a few women inside something that I call my 6 crown living method, right? And it's about identity, discipline, spiritual alignment, financial confidence, and stepping fully into who God created you to be. And so, ladies, queens, if you're in a season where you know that you're called to more and you're ready to be coached at a deeper level, send me the word crown in the chat, or DM me the word crown, and I will talk to you a little later about what this truly is all about, right? So I wanted to just let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, and let you know what I'm doing in the background. And if you'd like to be part of it, I would love to entertain that opportunity with you. And with that, ladies, oh, thank you for the hearts, lady. Thank you. So with that, I want to say until next time, I want you to continue nourishing your sister locks one drop at a time. Okay. I'll talk to you ladies later. Peace.